Hello, everybody. Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills from a fantasy perspective, and we'll start with the man they added in the offseason, a universal top 5 pick last year, who then horribly disappointed. We're talking about LeSean McCoy. Does he bounce back this year?
To be top 5? I don't think so. I like the volume. He's going to see a lot of touches in this offense. Greg Roman is going to utilize him as his featured back, his bell cow, whatever you may want to use to describe a guy who's going to see 350 touches in an offense. With that being said, the offensive line is a big question mark. The quarterback position is a bigger question mark. In Roman's 4 years with the Niners, Frank Gore was pretty good, never worse than 16th among fantasy running backs, but he was also never better than 11th.
I think he's going to be fantastic this year. I don't know if he's top 5, but it's certainly a top 10 running back because of the volume and the fact that there's nobody else really there to threaten to take any carries away from him. I know Fred Jackson's been that guy in the past.
You say that, and then Fred Jackson starts getting all those fantasy points.
It's sort of like Beetlejuice. If I keep saying his name, he'll pop up at some point. But I think this is the year LeSean McCoy really takes the lion's share of the carries.
I mean, it's going to happen, right, Rick? I mean, Rex Ryan said he's going to catch for 1,000 and then run for 1,000. It's going to happen, right?
And then it's automatic. I didn't realize he said that. Then it's automatic then.
Right. It's good. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay with you here. Sammy Watkins, he had a pretty good rookie year. People don't really realize that because of so many of the
Did he make a one-handed catch against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football? No. So then nobody's ever going to talk about it.
From a fantasy perspective, where does he go and what's his ceiling?
You know, I like his talent, and I feel like as a receiver, he is very good. But unfortunately, that situation in Buffalo is not the best because they don't have a quarterback who's going to be able to consistently give him the ball. So he's one of those guys that you see at the end of the middle rounds that you look and you're like, oh, yeah, I like Sammy Watkins. Oh, wait, I don't like Matt Castle.
Oh, do you agree with that, Fabs?
Of the second-year wide receivers, I think Sammy Watkins is the least attractive to me, and it's not because he's not amazing. He's not athletic. If he was catching balls from Peyton Manning or Drew Brees, he'd probably be a top 15 wide receiver. But Matt Castle, Tyrod Taylor, I mean, listen, TJ Manuel, these guys are not actually instilling me with much confidence. Also, Greg Roman's offenses are not so wide receiver friendly, so I'm staying away from Watkins.
How about Charles Clay? They invested a huge contract into the tight end. Does that translate into fantasy points, though?
I mean, he'll be okay. He won't be anything spectacular, partially because of the quarterback situation there in Buffalo. I mean, he's a guy who will get some targets. But, I mean, look, after the first maybe 5 tight ends, it's kind of a mishmash, and he's mishmashed along with the rest of them.
Where do you take a guy like Charles Clay, Fabs?
I don't. He's not going to be drafted in a lot of leagues, and if he is, it won't be as a number 2 deep into your draft.
There you go. All right, that's our Bills fantasy preview. Be sure to sign up for free right now, NFL.com/fantasy.